Thank you very much. I'm going to stay here because I've got a lot of notes that I'm working off of, and I want to give you some of the props. But first, before I start, I want to thank all of you for the invitation. You may be wondering why I'm wearing a baseball outfit. When we got the call to participate in this event, I was already committed to a state senior softball tournament. The game started at 8 this morning. We had opening ceremonies over at Mayoral, and I had to rush back here. And as soon as I get done here, I'm rushing back to play. Our team is going to be taking the field, and I'm hoping to get back in time so that I don't let down our team. So this is why I'm compromising a little bit on appearance to be able to make sure that I can fulfill my commitment to the team that I've been playing with all year, because I don't want my team members to be let down by my activities. When we're talking about what this county needs to do and what kind of activities we need to promote and what our goals are as a community, doesn't it come down to some really simple, basic concepts? Government is here to make the lives of our community members the best that we can. Not a simple theory? Government is not here to be able to make your lives miserable. Government is not here to put in unnecessary regulations. Government is not here to play big brother, but government is rather your partner in trying to make sure that the community can exist and coexist with one another in the best way possible to enhance each of our quality of lives the best. What does that mean? That means that we should go out of our way from government to work with members of our community to try and find ways to allow each of us to have the quality of life that we want. That's what it means to me. Sometimes it means creating an ocean activities organization so that we can regulate how we're going to be able to use our oceans. Sometimes it's zoning ordinance so we can regulate how we want to create safety within our communities. It's been a given for quite some time that weddings, events, our tourist industry, these are events and activities that we want in our community. How many local people get married that you see people line up on the street and say, "We don't want you to get married, we don't like your weddings"? That's not what we want. We want people to participate in weddings. What is the difference in allowing weddings when we're having visitors coming here to be married in our destination? What is the difference between somebody who's born and raised here and somebody who comes to visit? There shouldn't be a difference. We should be welcoming everyone, and we should be appreciating these kinds of activities. When we go to the beach and we go surfing, we go swimming, we do all kinds of activities. Isn't that what we grew up with as a goal, as a way of life? And aren't we trying to tell the world that this is the kind of life that they should set a goal toward because it's a higher quality of life? That's what our tourism industry is all about. We're inviting people to come to Maui, to share in our resources, at the same time give them an experience, give them memories, give them in exchange for them spending money here, give them a benefit that they'll be able to take home and something that they'll be able to remember that's quality, that makes life worthwhile. That's what it's all about. When we're looking at trying to be able to do this as a community, the only way we can do it is by cooperating with each other, working together to create rules that will work. No one should be higher and mightier than everybody else, dictating to the entire industry and our communities how to create that quality of life. but it should be a cooperative venture. And that's the role government should play. When I was on the council, Saul and I got on at the same time, we looked at home occupation. We looked at vacation rentals, bed and breakfast. We actually worked on carrying capacities for our oceans and our beaches because we wanted to be able to come to compromises that will allow business and community to work cooperatively together. It wasn't where one would be overly compensated and the other would be ignored, but rather it was a way to try and find a compromise that everyone could live with, so that people here could attract an income from people coming in to visit. People visiting would be willing to spend the money here, and they would have memories and they would have experience that they could go back home and say, I got a good deal. That's what our tourist industry is all about. That is the economy that we here on Maui chose when our agricultural industry was failing. And we've developed it. Over the years, there have been a lot of opportunities to have discussions about what our community goals and what kind of things we want in our communities are. There have been countless meetings, there have been countless forums where we've had these kinds of discussions. And coming out of it all, it's how do we cooperatively build a higher quality of life? We keep coming back to the same thing. How do we build a higher quality of life for everyone, visitor and resident alike? When we look at what's happening within government today, we're finding that government is becoming much too bureaucratic. They're forgetting what cooperation is and consultation should be. They're forgetting how we as a community work best. And that is by getting everybody together to try and participate in putting the best ideas forward and working with those ideas, coming out with the best solutions that will allow our community to run. When I became mayor in 2003, we were starting to go into a recession. Most of you never felt that recession because we were able to take business technologies and techniques and apply them in a common sense manner to make our government run, which is why we had one of the lowest unemployments and one of the highest economies in the nation. The same thing needs to apply now. Common sense. Government needs to stop shutting down businesses. They need to start listening to the people in the community. And I pledge to you, that is what our goal is going to be. We're going to try and get a lot of the activities back so we can share with the rest of the world what a high quality of life should be. And we're going to develop that high quality of life with your help. I met with members of your industry consistently, as with other members of other industries, consistently to get the best ideas. And we'll continue to do that. Later on, we'll have questions about specifics, but I think our 10 minutes are up. So, Ron, thank you very much, everyone.